Return to player, RTP, is a theoretical percentage for casino games like slot machines. It indicates the total amount of wagered money a game is expected to pay back to players. RTP is calculated over a large number of plays, representing a long-term average. It is not a guarantee for any single session or individual player's outcome. This percentage helps players understand the potential payout rate of a game over time. Return to player, RTP, is a crucial metric in gaming, indicating the percentage of wagered money returned to players. The RTP is calculated by dividing the total money returned to players by the total money wagered. This ratio is then multiplied by 100 to express it as a percentage. The calculation relies on millions of simulated game rounds to ensure statistical accuracy. This extensive simulation provides a reliable measure of a game's long-term payout potential. The house edge is a fundamental concept in gaming, representing the casino's built-in advantage. It is the inverse of return to player, RTP, which indicates the percentage of wagers returned to players. For example, if a game has an RTP of 96%, the house edge is 4%. This percentage signifies the theoretical profit margin a casino expects to retain from a game over time. Return to player, RTP, provides a theoretical long-term expectation for game payout. However, individual gaming sessions can show significant deviations from this RTP. Players may experience wins or losses that greatly exceed the RTP in the short term. Conversely, outcomes can also fall significantly short of the expected RTP. These short-term fluctuations are due to the inherent randomness of gaming mechanisms. Volatility, also known as variance, describes the frequency and size of payouts in gaming. Return to player, RTP, indicates the theoretical percentage of all wagered money a game will pay back to players over time. A game with high RTP can still exhibit high volatility, meaning infrequent but potentially larger wins. Conversely, a game with low volatility offers more frequent, but typically smaller, payout. These two metrics, volatility and RTP, are independent but crucial for understanding game dynamics. Players can choose games based on their preference for risk and payout frequency. A single game title can have multiple return-to-player RTP versions available. This means the theoretical payout percentage to players can vary for the same game. Game developers intentionally create these different RTP versions. One primary reason is to comply with diverse market regulations across regions. Different jurisdictions may mandate specific minimum or maximum RTP percentages. These variations also cater to the preferences and business models of various operators. Game developers are responsible for designing the fundamental mechanics of a game. They also establish the payout structures, determining how players can win. Developers can program multiple return-to-player RTP settings into the game software. These distinct RTP settings represent different theoretical payout percentages for players. The various RTP configurations are then integrated into the final game product. These program settings are subsequently made available to licensed operators for deployment. Online casinos and gaming sites have the discretion to select the return-to-player RTP version for their games. RTP refers to the theoretical percentage of all wagered money a slot or casino game will pay back to players over time. This selection is a strategic decision made by the operator. Factors influencing this choice include business models, licensing requirements, and the target audience. Players can locate a game's specific return-to-player RTP version within its information section. This crucial data is often found in the pay table or rules accessible within the game interface. Transparency from both the game operator and developer is essential for players. This transparency enables players to make informed decisions regarding their gameplay choices. Return to player, RTP, is a percentage indicating the theoretical payout of a game over time. A game with a lower RTP version statistically returns less money to players. Conversely, a higher RTP version offers a greater theoretical return on investment for players. Therefore, RTP versions directly influence the expected financial outcome and player experience. Return to player, RTP, values are a critical metric in gaming, indicating the percentage of wagered money returned to players. Beyond different versions of the same game, RTP values can vary significantly. These variations are often observed across different game providers. Each provider operates with its own distinct design philosophy. This includes unique payout strategies that influence the game's RTP. Providers utilize various strategies to attract players in competitive markets. One such strategy involves offering games with consistently higher average return to player, RTP, Percentages. RTP represents the theoretical percentage of wagered money a game will pay back to players over time. A higher RTP indicates a better theoretical return for the player on their wagers. This approach serves as a competitive advantage, differentiating the provider from others. It targets players who prioritize better theoretical returns when selecting games. Some providers prioritize innovative features over high average return to player (RTP) percentages. Their strategy focuses on unique themes and engaging gameplay mechanics to attract users. These providers may also offer higher jackpot potential, compensating for slightly lower RTPs. Their appeal lies in distinct aspects of the gaming experience, not solely the RTP. Players can enhance their gaming strategy by researching return-to-player RTP trends. RTP refers to the theoretical percentage of wagered money a game returns to players over time. This research involves analyzing the general RTP trends across different game providers. Understanding these trends helps identify providers known for offering higher theoretical returns. This knowledge allows players to select games from providers with more favorable RTPs. Game design elements, including mechanics, bonus rounds, and symbol payouts, fundamentally determine a game's RTP. Return to player (RTP) is a theoretical percentage indicating the expected payout to players over time. The core design choices directly influence this base RTP value. Games with complex bonus features often necessitate a slightly lower base game RTP. This balancing act ensures overall game fairness while offering engaging features. The return to player (RTP) percentage of a game can vary depending on the specific gaming site. This variation is not inherent to the game itself, but rather a decision made by the operator. Gaming operators often have access to multiple RTP versions for the same game. They select a particular RTP version to offer on their platform. This selection directly impacts the theoretical payout rate players experience on that site. Gaming sites operate under diverse regulatory bodies worldwide. These regulatory frameworks impose varying requirements on gaming operations. One key area of regulation involves minimum return to player (RTP) percentages. Different jurisdictions mandate distinct minimum RTP thresholds for games. This regulatory variation leads to different RTP versions of the same game. Players in different regions may experience varying payout rates due to these regulations. A gaming site's business model dictates its operational and financial strategies. Key factors include marketing budget, operational costs, and desired profit margins. These financial considerations directly influence decisions regarding game return to player (RTP) percentages. Sites may offer higher or lower RTP versions of games based on these business model drivers. Online platforms utilize various strategies to attract and retain players. One such strategy involves offering games with higher return to player (RTP) percentages. Higher RTP games indicate better theoretical returns for players over time. This positions the platform as player-friendly, enhancing its appeal to a broader audience. Players should always verify the stated return to player (RTP) percentage on any gaming site they use. RTP indicates the theoretical percentage of all wagered money a slot or casino game will pay back to players over time. Reputable gaming sites transparently display RTP information for their games. This information is typically found within the game's description or the site's terms and conditions. Return to player (RTP) mechanisms can be dynamic in some games. These dynamic RTPs adjust based on specific in-game factors. Player activity is one factor that can influence RTP changes. Fluctuations in jackpot levels may also trigger dynamic RTP adjustments. Such dynamic RTP changes are typically communicated clearly within the game's rules. The return to player (RTP) is a statistical average, not a predictor of immediate outcomes. It does not imply that a game becomes due for a win or loss after a certain period. Each spin or round in a game is an independent event. Past results do not influence future outcomes in games of chance. Informed play is crucial for optimizing player experience and outcomes. Understanding return to player (RTP) version differences is key. Variations between game providers significantly impact gameplay. Site-specific factors also influence game performance and player advantage. Players can make better decisions regarding game selection and platform choice. This knowledge empowers players to choose games and sites strategically. Return to player RTP is a crucial metric in the gaming industry. It serves as a valuable tool for evaluating and comparing different games and platforms. RTP helps players identify options that theoretically offer a better return on their wagers. This metric indicates the percentage of all wagered money a game will pay back to players over time. Higher RTP percentages suggest a more favorable theoretical return for players in the long run. High return to player, RTP. Games generally offer a better theoretical return over the long term. This theoretical advantage does not guarantee short-term winnings for individual players. Players must verify the specific RTP version provided by the game developer. It is also crucial to confirm the RTP version implemented by the gaming site. RTP values can vary between different operators or game version. Verifying these details is essential for accurately assessing potential returns and making informed decisions.